Guys, howdy, Dinny here from Bitcoin With Dinny. Welcome to the channel. I want to chat to you a little bit about investing money, and sometimes people who earn a lot of money, they actually don't really understand the basics of it, so you can be forgiven. And on the flip side, you have someone like myself who never earned a lot of money, but who learned investing fundamentals and skills early in life and applied them, and was able to retire early. Because a lot of people think to retire you have to earn loads of money, you need to be rich, you need to have a high paying job. None of this is true. Some of the people who are most time poor are high earners. They're on 60, 70, 80. I know people on 6-figure salary and they barely have a weekend off. So it's something to do with how much you earn, it's how you understand the money. And that's what I'm going to chat about. If that sounds good, make sure you like and subscribe. Just a warning to everybody, especially if you're new, we get new people all the time. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company. We help you to own more Bitcoin and our strategies. We help you to onboard safely. We help you with your custody. We help you make sure you can never lose your Bitcoin or never be stolen from you to any mistake you can make. We help you set up inheritance protocols and time lock vaults and all this beautiful stuff. A word of warning, I was out 2 days ago and I stopped on the road to chat to a gentleman that I know, a friend's father, and this is a side story, but it has a point. He said, "It's gone down today." And I says, "What's gone down?" And he goes, Bitcoin's gone down. And I'm thinking straight away, how is he paying attention to this? How does he know it's gone down? And well, it was gone down a couple percent, whatever, it was nothing. So I was like, and he's like, "Oh, I own some." Straight away, red flags go up for me. I'm like, "Okay, you own some. Explain to me how you bought it, where you bought it." As soon as, by the second sentence, I was like, the man's been scammed. You need to reach out to your friends, family, anyone who's older than you. If they mention they're getting into Bitcoin, they're getting into crypto, find out what they're doing before they give away too much of their life savings. Because this man was scammed, and it actually wasn't the first time this has happened to him. It happened before, and you know, people can say, "Oh, you know, bigger fool him," but we have to understand people aren't as tech savvy as us. They're not tech native as some of us might be on this. So yeah, if anyone older than you mentions crypto, Bitcoin, find out what they're doing and make sure they're not being scammed, because it's millions a day just in Ireland. And I hear about people losing their entire life savings. So yeah, you got to look after people. That's why I do what I do. That's why we onboard people the way I do it. But anyway, what I want to talk to you a little bit about is Elon Musk, because Elon is one of the richest people on the planet. But even Elon didn't understand how money works, even though he created PayPal years ago. This is the absolute irony of the money system, Keynesian economics. You can see by Elon's tweets, he's only just learning. This is the rabbit hole that every Bitcoiner goes down when they start to understand about currency creation, and they start to understand that once the money printer was invented, the world started to, excuse my language, but there's no other way to describe it, go to shit. Okay, because money is a vehicle for transferring energy across time and space. That's all money is. And if you understand, is it thermodynamics, you'll know that energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or moved. So if you understand those two basic things, and then you're like, but how does the money printer work? Because that prints money, therefore it's printing energy. It's not printing energy, it's not printing money, it's stealing energy from somewhere else. And it's your purchasing power. So when you go to work and you earn money for your currency, you exchange your time for money, but every year your money buys you less stuff, okay? Especially good things, like organic food, okay? Or good property, or Bitcoin. It buys you less of that because your money loses value really fast. Now, most people think this is a slow process, so they think, it's only 1 or 2%, because that's what mainstream tells them, 2% inflation. It's horse shit. If you look at the price of how much a steak has gone up over the last 5 years, you'll know it's a lot more than 2%. If you look at how much property has gone up, and you know, I mean, a nice house that you might want to live in a nice area, but like any house in any area, inflation is way more than 2%. So Elon Musk even fell for this when he created Doge there, when he joined and he got political there earlier on this year. and it's still falling apart. Because Elon has now learned, Elon was like, we can fix this. We can fix all this government overspending and all this inflation, and we can balance our budget, and I can fix the government because I've fixed everything in the world. I've put rockets in space. I made electric cars, which are going to drive themselves. I've robotics coming that's going to do all the work for everybody. So I can fix inflation. I can fix government overspending. This is easy. But then there was a massive blowout, and he was fired out of the White House. There was a row, and you don't hear about it anymore. Because what Elon learned is what every Bitcoiner learns on their journey to understanding Bitcoin. And it's that...
What did you say?
I'll be talking to me now, I'm doing a video. It's that we live in a debt-based monetary system, which means the system only works if the debt expands, which means you can never balance your budgets. You always have to overspend. Things will always become more expensive in the future, and your money will always buy you less things in the future. That's why if you have a job, you must also get a second job, and that's become an investor. That's to understand it, to keep the money. Michael Saylor says people will work for, like, some people will work 100,000 hours in their lifetime. Most people won't even spend 100 hours, never mind 10 hours, never mind 5 hours, trying to learn how to keep the money that they're exchanging all their time, the best of their life, to go and search, to go and accumulate. They're trading all their time. Now there's one last thing I want to talk to you about this, okay? And it's about money. And if you can understand that, if you can understand this, you'll be ahead of the majority of the world, the Western world, okay? So I'm an entrepreneur, I enjoy working. I only work on things I enjoy. So it's not work, alright? People who earn a lot of money get trapped wanting to earn more money. And I'll give you an example. I had a client, and this is maybe 10 years ago. They're on a 6-figure salary. So 10 years ago, that was a lot of money. Today, it's still a lot of money to be a 6-figure earner. Now, fair enough, you pay a lot of tax, so you don't take home 6 figures. But still, it's a lot of money. However, they had upscaled their life to such a degree that they had no more free time than someone who was on minimum wage at 35 grand at the time. Exact same lifestyle. Yeah, their car was newer, and their house was bigger, but they were working 60 hours a week, and weekends, and I just scratched my head, and to me that never made sense. It doesn't make sense. Money is the vehicle to get freedom. With wealth and money, it's always more money's going to fix my problems. More money will fix my problems. And it never ever does. And when people don't have money, they can't understand that. And when people have more money, they still can't understand it because they just need more money. And they think if I get more and more, then it'll solve my problems. So it's not about that. It's not about the money. You can't compete in the money. When you're trying to compete in money, there'll always be people richer than you. You know, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are. You can find a different circle of friends and you'll be a peasant. So it's a game you can't win, alright? It's a game you can never win. But there is a game that you can win. It's a game that no matter what someone's net worth, whether they're a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a billionaire, or a multi-billionaire, you can win at the same level as them, okay? And that's the game of time, owning your time. There's 24 hours in a day. The winners in life, I believe, are the ones who own all of those 24 hours. And you'll find that multi-millionaires, a lot of them don't own 24 hours in the day. They mightn't even own 10. That's the craziness of it, okay? So I would say to you, transition your Bitcoin helps you understand time, deferred gratification, scarcity, and what's important. The game of time is a game you can win no matter what your net worth. If you can create something that you enjoy doing, then you own your time. Most people don't own their time. Despite their net worth, they give away more of their time. Because when they get the pay rise or they get the job position rise, guess what they give more of? Their time. And your time, no one might understand this concept today. Let me know in the comments if you do. But on your deathbed, if you're given a chance to reflect, you'll understand this. You'll say, yeah, my time is more important. I wish I spent my time with the people I love. I wish I spent my time doing things I love. I wish I had more time to do these things, because now I've no time. I'm about to die. So time is the asset. And the beauty of time is that everyone can access that 24 hours a day. When I was earlier in my investing career, at the beginning, I didn't own any of my time. I had jobs and businesses and they owned me, and I had to do things I didn't like doing. But bit by bit by bit, once you understand that concept, you can choose to get more time. So for me, I run a couple of businesses, but I keep them all very tight and small. Like Bitcoin With Dinny, we could have 50 people working for us. We could be building pension plans across Ireland and the UK because that many people need them. Everyone needs them. Like any of our customers who we've done this for, they just refer people to us. That's why we don't advertise. That's why we don't really put the word out there, because I have enough customers and I keep it lean. Because I'm like, if I had 50 people working for me and I was earning all this money, how would my life change? The only thing it would change is I'd have less time. Yes, I'd have more money, but you know, I drive a 5-year-old car. If I was to say, Dinny, you got to exchange 5 hours a week and you get to drive a brand new car, would I trade that? I'm like, nah, I'm happier being able to go down and visit my parents on a Wednesday, and I'm happy being able to go swimming now in the middle of the day every day. So that's always the balance. Don't get caught chasing money. Focus on chasing time, and I really think you'll get more out of life. For me, that's what it's all about. And I see a lot of people get stuck in the money game, thinking money's going to solve their problems, thinking Bitcoin's going to solve their problems. And the unfortunate thing is, it won't. Anyway, bit off topic, but you can be forgiven if you've been gone down the wrong rabbit hole. Even Elon didn't understand this. He thought he could fix it. You can't fix it. All you can do is build your own Bitcoin pension plan. If you build your own Bitcoin pension plan and you enjoy what you do, you've no worries about your retirement. If you're not going to retire for another 10, 15, 20 years, like, just enjoy the moment. You mightn't even live that long, who knows? So enjoy it. And have to crack. If you need any help with that and we do, reach out. And otherwise, for now, I'll just say Dinny out, trying to put out a bit of content, one video a week anyway, lads, just to stay in touch with us. Anyone needs any help custody their Bitcoin, you're afraid you want a security audit or anything like that, get in touch. We help you to hold your Bitcoin in arrangement where you can never lose your coins. Every week I'm getting emails, messages. I can't even respond to half of them, but it's just constantly coins lost, coins lost, coins lost. So protect yourself, secure your Bitcoin correctly, spend the time and energy to do it now, and then you never have to worry about it ever again. Have a super day, guys. Dinny out. Thanks for being here. Give a like button, a little press there before you